All right, guys, we got to talk about this. So I just finished watching an old Disney classic, Treasure Planet. And
Was it a classic?
it's a 2002.
Yeah, it was considered a financial failure.
Yeah, but that's just because it was ahead of its time.
So was mine, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, both of our films we're going to talk about were both financial flops, and they were both ahead of their time, and they were both amazing, phenomenal films that I don't know why they didn't succeed. I think we looked back at Titan A.E. and we discovered that it was competing with another film that weekend, or that's opening weekend.
Well, you're jumping a little bit ahead. My choice is Titan A.E.
And my choice is Treasure Planet.
Which is not that far off when it comes to genre.
No, I mean they're both
space adventures,
sci-fi space adventures following a angsty young person with a troubled life who goes off on an adventure. And while the
yeah, and both people get a love interest with the no. Do they get a love interest with the captain? Mine does. Yours doesn't.
Mine doesn't.
No, that'd be like a furry human kind of situation.
Which, I mean, it happens. But no, in Treasure Planet, I mean, do we need to explain what these movies are? Should we walk? I mean,
okay. First of all, it is Treasure Planet versus Titan A.E. We both love both of these movies.
Yeah, it's the opposite of last time when we were both like arguing about whose was better, but we absolutely hated the other choice.
Yeah,
we're like, I hated Edge of Tomorrow, and you hated the Tomorrow War. And we went after each other a bit for it, but this is kind of more of a love letter to both.
Right. So we love both movies. It's just I think mine, Titan A.E., is one of the best animated movies of all time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is your story based on an original story from like that goes back forever? Like Treasure Island is actually like a written classic that spans like hundreds of years?
Well, I mean, they both can be considered the same thing. Spacefaring, going off into to find the one thing that will.
Yours has a map that's going off to find the Titan.
Yeah,
mine has a map that's going off to find,
which will create another planet for human life after ours was destroyed.
Yeah, mine's going
Yours
after
is
money.
About gold.
It's not
you
just gold.
Fucking money grubbing.
It's a planet of gold. It's a whole planet of treasure. Hence the name, Treasure Planet. No, okay. So I think we should probably break down a little bit of what these movies are. Just
do a little synopsis about the movie.
I'll hit Treasure Planet real quick. Bounce it back over to you. So Treasure Planet is a Disney spin-off of Treasure Island. So it follows the storyline, but it takes place following a character named Jim, who is a young kid. He's troubled.
Oh, that's why you like it. The main character's named after you.
Yeah, okay.
God, you're so self-obsessed.
I didn't know the character's name was Tox. No, I'm just kidding. But it follows the main character Jim, and he finds a map. He's destined to find this map. Fate delivers it to him, and he goes off on a space adventure. And there's a lot of shenanigans that goes about.
He's left at home with his mother, basically without a father figure.
Yeah.
And one kind of stumbles into his life.
Yep. And it turns out that this is the guy who, at the end of it all, is going to betray him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but then they go off to find Treasure Planet, and
was that the original objective of their mission?
Yeah. They were just trying to hide it from the crew because they suspected the crew of being bad guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, I think that covers Treasure Planet. It's not that complicated. If you've read,
neither of these are really complicated.
If you're familiar with Treasure Island, it's just a animated sci-fi spin-off of that exact same concept, and it's actually pays a lot of like loyal tributes homage to the original story. I didn't know this until just a little while ago that the captain Smollett was the last name of the captain in Treasure Planet. But it's also the same captain's last name in Treasure Island. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't read the book.
But why don't you hit Titan A.E. real quick?
Same thing. No, it starts out, Earth is destroyed, and it's like, okay, so you got a father-son connection right away at the beginning. The father is like in charge of a big-ass project while the Earth is being attacked by energy aliens. This is going to be a very confusing synopsis. Earth gets destroyed. Main character is basically a drift or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's find this ship that your dad sent off to create a new homeworld for humanity. And so that's basically the adventure. Let's go find this ship, create a new. It's another gold mine. Like each story involves basically like finding the gold mine.
Yeah, you could almost refer to finding the Titan as its own unique kind of treasure.
Yeah, it's the treasure of finding friends along the way.
Yeah, it's friendship and
It's
saving
way
your
more
entire
quotable.
species from extinction.
Yeah, mine's way more important than yours.
No, mine is
Gold.
way more important.
What are you, Doctor? No, Goldfinger.
Solid gold.
I love gold.
It's gold member, dumbass.
Whatever, finger member.
Okay, so I don't really have any gripes with Titan A.E. I mean, but I want to speak to, like, the reason I like Treasure Planet so much is because I do think that the characters are actually amazingly done. I think that they have, I do feel like they nailed this kind of surrogate father role that they used with Captain Silver in this movie.
They kind of did a good job with that. Who played Silver?
That's a good question. Hold on, I got it pulled up
Because
here.
he played an amazing he played a good mentor. Like he's like friendly with the kid, but like also has like a dark side to him and whatnot. He played it very well.
Brian Murray.
Who the fuck is that?
I actually don't know. Is he in anything else?
I got nothing but stars in mine.
No, he doesn't have much of anything else under his belt. He did some work in the 2000s,
So
but
he
Treasure
just
Planet's
voice
really
acted that and
Yeah.
just was awesome as fuck.
Yeah, he crushed it. But yeah, the biggest names in Treasure Planet are Martin Short,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
JGL.
I
Yep.
forgot he played him.
Oh boy, JGL. Yeah, so Joseph Gordon-Levitt is obviously there. Emma Thompson plays Captain Amelia Smollett. And then we have Martin Short. So I mean, as Ben. So we got three characters
The crazy ass robot.
Yeah, but not a lot of other
Let's see here.
A-listers, B-list celebrities in this.
Don't
so,
remember anyone.
but
Now
I think
go to the cast of mine.
you can probably agree with me though that the cast of a film, like the actors in a film, do not necessarily indicate.
No, like it doesn't need highbrow actors or whatnot. But in mine, Titan A.E, we got Matt Damon
Matt Damon.
as the lead, as
Yeah.
Kale.
And he crushed
Drew
it.
Barrymore as the love interest, but now she's kind of batshit crazy.
Yeah.
So that might actually be
And she's
Points
always
against me.
been ugly.
true.
I'll tack her look.
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman's just a dub. Just a hard
That
dub.
is a dub.
That's just like, that guy did the speech from Independence Day, right? Like he's just
Exactly.
he's the goat. The goat.
Jim Brewer played the cook.
Yeah. So you got
you're killing everything.
So yeah, you had some good cast, but I mean, you really only had three major ones
All right,
to your
keep going
name
down.
too.
Keep going down.
All right, hold on.
Hold on. Nathan Lane plays Preed. You
Oh
know
yeah,
Nathan
yep,
Lane?
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
He was Timon.
yep.
Yep.
And then you have
In the
John.
original Lion King.
Then you have John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. Yeah.
He's pretty good too, but
he was, but now he's kind of a L because he's so far up his own ass and political shit.
Yep.
So.
But I mean, I still think that your list is not like. Your list doesn't put you a mile ahead on anything.
Oh my god,
It's-
this movie's 23 years old, almost 24.
Yeah,
I did
so
not realize it was that
Titan
old.
A.E. comes out in the year 2000, which is actually pretty timely considering like the way the story is kind of told. It's like just
Y2K, the end of humanity.
yeah, and so it's. I'm trying to remember exactly when, like, what the setting in the story was when the Titan, or when Earth was destroyed. But I thought it was like
I got Ron Perlman narrating the entire thing.
Yeah.
Which one is a dub because he's a great narrator. 2, it's a L because he's a fucking retard in real life.
Oh yeah, so it's not 2028. I thought it was 2028, but it's actually 3028. So it's still pretty far
When
in the
the
future.
dredge came.
Yep. So so Titan A.E. Earth is destroyed. Everyone goes off into space into these space colonies. Kale's the last hope for humanity.
Colonies. We're just
They were colonies.
randomly distributed throughout space.
Yeah, I guess they had refugee camps, but I guess they.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
like no evidence colonies or whatever. It's not that wide of a world.
Drew Barry's character called it a colony. That one ship that was like kind of all these ships welded together. She called it a colony.
Did she?
Yeah. So I'm not like pulling that out of nowhere. It's like just a reference in the show. It's not like a hang up or anything, but it's like I do think that Titan A.E. has like ridiculously amazing villains with the Dredge. The Dredge are kind of an awesome concept. I mean, they're a little gimmicky and silly, but
okay, yeah, your villains are the crew itself, basically.
yeah, the aliens. And I
the aliens. It's aliens versus aliens. But I like how I'm actually arguing into your favor. The villains in your story are more intertwined and have like an effect on the main character.
Yeah. And
mine are just brainless energy.
Yeah. One of the
slash I do have Corso though.
One of the reviews I saw for Treasure Planet was someone was like, I hated the ending for this movie. There's like no justice at the end of it. I was like, dude, like seven of the pirates all got were sent to prison.
Did they die for the greed?
What? No, most of the pirates survived. Like 3 of them.
I thought they died for their greed.
No, like
it was like a big morality check on greed.
Jim let Silver go. There was probably about 7 or 8 of the pirates that were all hogtied when they took back the ship for themselves, which you don't get to see in the movie. A little bit of a, not a big bummer because you needed to get them off the planet when it was blowing up and shit. But honestly, I don't. As I'm thinking about it now, it's a little bit of a plot hole, but it doesn't really matter. Not for the actual story of it, but So what I was trying to get to was Scroop, the scorpion,
Scrooge McDuck?
the scorpion guy who. The scorpion guy who's like spidery guy who's marching around the ship.
Yeah, that shit gave me creeps as a kid. Man.
Yeah, he's freaking amazing. It's amazing. It's so good. He's such a good bad guy in that because he's just like spidery as hell. Like you, as a young person in 2002, you were looking at this and you knew that was a bad guy because he was
yeah, based off the character's design.
Just the design, because he's a spidery dude, and you're not supposed to like that. So I mean, first off, racism, but also like. But also just really amazing character design. Like, you set up Captain Silver really well. You set up Captain Amelia really well. You set up the first mate. Dang it.
The rock guy?
Yeah, I thought he was awesome. I'm trying to remember.
He doesn't survive.
Mr. Arrow. No, Mr. Arrow dies, but I mean, the black hole thing, the whole.
That's literally the actor's IMDb pick is that character.
No? What are you looking
Isn't
at?
it?
No. It's just a black and white.
Oh, it looks like it.
But no, the so I do think Treasure Planet's character design is actually really, really good.
Really good?
It's really good.
It's really good.
Really, really ridiculously good looking.
Zoolander. All right.
What do you have to say about that?
Character design or just
Character design, because I think that. So I mean,
well, because you were talking about your antagonist too. It's like I have an overarching antagonist that's kind of just out there in the atmosphere or whatever. Doesn't pose. Kind of imposes immediate threat, as into like getting the characters to go from place to place in order to do the certain things they need to.
Yeah, it's their plot device. So I mean, like.
So is that like the ultimate antagonist, or does Corso? Bill Pullman?
Yep.
His character is or is that the ultimate antagonist, or is it just kind of a little sliver in the antagonist because he switches heart? So he's like what was it, the beginning of the third act, it's like he's the bad guy.
Yep.
End of the third act, helping out the good guy. So is he really that much of an antagonist or not?
Well, he does set back. Actually, that's more of a end of the second act than a beginning of the third act. I'm not trying to split hairs here.
Well, third act, that's when he switches back to the good side.
Right. You made his at the start of you made it sound like he was kind of one and the other in the third act.
He's basically Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones up until Han Solo.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the same fucking character anyway.
Yeah, he's basically trying to help out Kale to get like the map, and that's all he's really wanted is to find the Titan. I don't really know how Corso's like character arc is supposed to really be set in. He does feel
And he's all about survival.
Yeah.
And he thinks the Dredge, the ultimate antagonist of this, that are made of pure energy, are gonna win regardless. So he's like making a deal
Yep.
with Dredge to give them the Titan.
Exactly. And I think I think it makes sense for his character, but I don't think they did a good job of flushing it out. And the main reason being is like
It's hard to do in an hour and a half animated movie.
It is. It's hard to do, and I mean Titan A.E. was I think PG-13, right?
Yeah.
So I mean it's for not an old audience. In the year 2000, 13-year-olds, I'm like, yeah, you're
13-year-olds. I was 6.
Yeah. I just don't know that. I just don't know that they did give themselves enough time to flesh out some of the things because.
Well, you understand where Corso's coming from because he was on Earth with Kale and his dad, played by Kale's dad, played by Ron Perlman, that was the head of the Titan project to give life to the human race on another planet.
Yeah.
And so you kind of like lived through the would you even call it a war? It's more of like
An annihilation.
An annihilation of the human race. So he's like just bent on survival.
Yeah.
And he thinks, obviously, watching, because he would have been like, I don't know, in his fucking 30s, watching an alien race just completely wipe out Earth without a problem whatsoever. So he's like, we can't beat these motherfuckers.
No, you can't.
I'll make a deal to
You
survive.
can't beat the Dredge. They're pure energy.
They're pure energy. You can't destroy them. You can't destroy energy.
You can't beat them. They're pure energy. I'm
So
sorry.
yeah, I understand
There's
this way.
at least half of the people listening to this who have never seen either of these films.
Yeah, and we're just fucking the Amom is horrible at synopsis. I can never keep it straight.
I tell you what, I'm gonna link.
But yeah, you
I'm
can
gonna link
understand
both
his
of
way
these
of
videos.
thinking to where it's like, we can't beat them. I'm just going to
Try
go
to
on the
survive.
survival option for as long as I possibly can.
Exactly.
And then his heart gets turned by Kale trying to do the right thing, and it's just another, yeah.
I just don't know that. So, I think that the pacing in Titan A.E. I think both of these films.
Because Corso is almost a father figure to Kale in my movie Titan A.E. as Silver is a surrogate father to Jim in your movie.
But let's be real. One does it better, right? We can both agree that Silver does it better.
Oh, Silver's more of a believable surrogate father.
'Kay.
Mine's more one that like hangs a belt on the doorknob so you don't fuck around when you're sleeping.
I thought you were gonna say puts a sock on the doorknob so you don't open the door.
No, mine's just meaner, I guess.
Well-
Not meaner.
More meanest,
The meanest. The meanest.
the meanest. No, but
That's my superhero name.
another thing is so maybe Titan A.E. had a flaw in that it shouldn't have focused on both a love story and a father issue story at the same time.
It wasn't much of a love story though.
Just two characters that fell in love without a story that didn't like.
Well,
it's fair that most of it happened like, oh, I accidentally walked in while you were changing.
So
Corso.
Okay, so Kale,
Kale.
main character, played by Matt Damon. He was just like mining shit out on a random rock.
Yep.
And then
They don't have a catch
and then
up.
Corso shows up with his ship that's piloted by Drew Barrymore's Akima.
Yes.
And so that's how they kind of introduced the thing is Matt Damon's kind of this like roguish, like can kind of get away with anything character.
Yep, pretty charismatic.
Oh, by the way, there's a huge plot point that they don't settle or do anything with set right away in the beginning. To where they're like lining up to go into the asteroid for like lunch or whatever. And it's like, humans, fuck off. It's
Humans
like
back of the line.
Yeah.
Yep.
Us humans are treated the worst.
Yeah, humans are.
As a ginger, I totally understand that.
Yeah. You can relate. You're like the humans of Earth.
Yes, I am
But
humans of Earth.
Yeah, but you're like the worst ones.
Kind of the best.
Okay.
It's very easy to distinguish us from worst to best.
Ginger power.
But yeah, no, that's when the love interest kind of thing works out to where Akima has the same ideals as Kale, and therefore it's easy for them to split from Corso, when he's getting those bad vibes going on, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I think that one thing that
So it's like we got multiple characters that aren't on board with this.
do you agree with me that like Titan A.E. had so much more going into it as far as like
I think it should have been a goddamn series, to be honest.
attention to detail? Like, do you think they like really just focused on making this a masterpiece? And I mean, I'll explain myself, but I want to get you on. I want you and me to agree on this one because I do think we do.
We rarely do.
So we both know the history going into Treasure Planet. It's that the original creators of Treasure Planet were trying to get Treasure Planet approved for like years.
Yeah.
So they go in, they pitch Little Mermaid, they pitch the project to Little Mermaid and a few other projects.
No, they didn't do Little Mermaid.
They did. I got
hit up what they created, because I know it was a bunch of like out there things, and every one of their movies I liked. What the hell was it?
So
Here in development, writing. But yeah, no, the creators of Treasure Planet, they always like were pitching wild ideas, and then every one of their movies flopped, but they became like cult classics like soon afterwards.
yeah, so I'm just referring to like in 1985, they had a meeting where they went to go pitch Little Mermaid, and they pitched Treasure Planet at the same time. But there was an issue because Paramount was doing something with Star Trek that was kind of Treasure Island themed. Then they went and pitched, and then they did Aladdin and to Disney Studios.
I thought they pitched a bunch of flops.
Princess of Mars. And then they basically after Hercules came out, they got the green light to do Treasure Planet.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly. So it took them like
Hercules is basically me, you know.
It took them like 5 years to
A
get Treasure
ginger
Planet
built
approved.
his fuck brick house. Just
Yeah.
never gives up. That's totally me.
But Treasure Planet was always a passion project by the two creators.
Right.
And what they really wanted to do was
no. So yeah. They built their reputation making a bunch of successes.
Exactly.
And then they pitched this. Oh, okay, yeah.
and the idea being was that they wanted to do painted backgrounds with CGI with typical animation. They wanted to use all of these different animation tricks into this movie.
Yeah, this goes into what you're talking about now, but I've wanted to say from the start is that the visual of like going to the moon or whatever, and then it turns out to be a big spaceport.
Yeah.
Was a fucking huge selling point for me back in the day.
Yeah,
I
it was.
That looks amazing.
It's so cool, right? And so, yeah, Treasure Planet took a while to get off the ground and get approved, and it does suck that it didn't make its money. It really should have, but
they had another one after this that kind of failed box office.
yeah, it's called all of the Marvel movies and Star Wars.
No, these guys, they pitched another one after Treasure Planet. They actually got approval for it, I think.
Okay,
I don't remember.
First off, let me just make sure that we know who we were talking about because
It's
so directed by John Musker and Ron Clements.
Yeah, those two.
And Ron Clements has actually been in quite a few projects. I'm trying to remember. So
What was the other one that was like considered a failure
let me see.
that I actually liked?
I'm actually surprised these guys worked on as many projects together as they did. But
Show me the money. Okay, you got to
So-
go after Treasure.
so Treasure Planet was 2002. Then they had Bolt,
Version 5.
Princess and the Frog, Big Hero 6,
No, it's not that guy.
Zootopia,
It's
Moana,
not that guy.
Ralph Breaks the
You're
Internet.
not that guy, man. You're not that guy.
I'm not that guy, bro. But
They had 2 flops. I know that.
they had plenty of. I mean, Disney's had plenty of flops, but in the
No,
early
those
2000s,
those two guys did.
early 2000s, and in the 90s, there was almost nothing but gold. It was so solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. All right, now we could probably move into soundtracks because I was just like, it's gold when it comes to 90s and early 2000s animated movies in general.
Yep.
Just produced hits, bangers after bangers, dude. I could listen to both Titan A.E. and Treasure Planet soundtracks. Well, one, we got a lot of like licensed in both of ours.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at, it's just all rock. In mine, you got "Over My Head" by Lid. You got Power Man 5000's. The end is over. Is that the one?
No, you're thinking Cosmic Castaway and It's My Time to Fly.
No, Power Man my 5000's like. Is it? I don't remember that being the name of the song, but whatever.
It's not. It's The End Is Over is the name of the song.
No.
Power Man 5000
yeah,
is the
no,
artist.
that's Power Man 5000 is the artist. I listened to a bunch of his songs, like Bombshell.
Yep.
Get up, get up, get up.
Are you thinking When Worlds Collide?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Is that the same thing?
Well, that's them.
Well, yeah, I know it's them.
What are you asking me then?
I just thought it would just be in the list of soundtrack for
It's
it.
not on this. It wasn't in this movie.
Yeah, it was.
When Worlds Collide's not in this movie. We're looking at the list of songs that are in this movie. When Worlds Collide is not
whatever.
on here.
Yeah, Cosmic Castaway, which is the ultimate banger.
Cosmic
It's
Castaway
such a pump-up song.
is one of the greatest songs I have ever listened to. I love that song. I will love it forever. It's My Turn to Fly is in probably my top.
That used to be my favorite inspirational song almost.
It's My Turn to Fly is probably in my top 100 songs of all time. It's not in like my top 10 or anything like that.
Can you name 100 songs right now off the top of your head?
I could build a playlist.
Can we do it right now? Name 100 songs.
I can't. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Obviously. Happy Birthday. Flight of the Bumblebee.
Just the most obscure shit.
We're doing public domain so that I can play them all.
Bliss.
Okay, but yes, we agree that Titan A.E. has a phenomenal soundtrack that's covered by. I think we agree.
There's even music videos. I think you got a music video too. You do.
Cosmic Castaway and It's My Turn to Fly are the two that stand out to me the hardest because I think those two are the best songs from Titan A.E.
Yeah, and this actually got me into the band Power Man 5000. That's why I was like wondering. It's like I don't remember that being the song.
Now, as far as the soundtrack from Titan A.E., from Treasure Planet, the only real song I know from Treasure Planet is the only real song I know from Treasure.
Name the band without looking it up.
I can't.
Oh, you suck.
Is I'm Still Here. I'm Still Here is it's the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, Goo Goo Dolls.
I wouldn't have gotten there, but I like the Goo Goo Dolls. But
Can you name another song from the Goo Goo Dolls?
I'm Still Here is above Cosmic Castaway in my mind. Are you there? I mean, are you with me on that?
No.
No?
No. I love the Goo Goo Dolls. I
Give a question to the world. Yeah. So come on. You're really not there with me?
Here.
I mean, is it a matter of like timing
No,
and mood?
the
or
Cosmic Castaway. Yeah.
The Cosmic Castaway.
No joke. I prefer there are other songs by the Goo Goo Dolls that I like more.
Damn it, man. I'm not there with you.
Like Iris.
Iris isn't better than I'm Still Here.
It is.
I don't think so.
Especially if you listen to their live concert where it's like raining and shit and they're playing that. It's so good.
I gotcha. I mean, I'll agree with you that Cosmic Castaway is really, really high up on my list.
That's
too.
I would say that's a really good pump up song for me.
It definitely is. I mean, dude, I can't tell you how many times we've gone to like a party or something like that, and we're just banging out to that song when we're like on our way over there.
And it's got a good like long I don't know, 30 seconds or whatever, to where it's just like vocals and it's just kind of like swimming and
it just builds up. Yeah. It's got great build up.
It's so good.
Do you think so
it's not my favorite, and we're gonna talk about this at one point where it comes to soundtracks in animated movies.
Yeah.
It is up there.
Yeah. So I wanted
But
to
it's not
ask
my
you about
favorite.
this. Assuming that there was a universe in which Disney actually could be trusted with these IPs, acknowledging the fact we're not there.
Well, Disney owns my IP now.
I know, but I'm trying to set something up for
Fucking monopoly on this shit.
I'm trying to set up my question.
Legal.
The live action remake adaptations. If we were in a world where these development studios could be trusted, would you want one?
That's a hard ask.
Here's the thing.
I think mine would probably be easier than yours.
I don't know. Go ahead and cook. Tell me what you're thinking.
Because a lot of the elements to Treasure Planet, I'd say they're more out there than Titan A.E., where it's more like shit we've kind of done before. Like, we can do the spaceships and that, and we have Corso is like basically if Han Solo shot first kind of character or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we have examples kind of to go on when it comes to Titan A.E.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ron Perlman's already around to do the narrating.
Well, we could
hate
do
that guy, but
it doesn't have
goddamn,
to be.
he's got the narrator.
It doesn't
voice.
have to be him.
No, it has to be him.
Why does it have to be him?
Cause I have it stuck in my head. It has to be him.
It's like 4 lines. It's not like a full narration.
Yeah, and every time I hear like the beginning with this like the soft music or whatever, with Kale playing with his toy in the river, and then it's Ron Perlman's voice with like a little narration, I get a nostalgia boner.
You don't think you'd if there was a
I don't
retelling
get
of
a
this
nostalgia
movie?
boner when it comes to Treasure Planet.
You fuck you. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just as soon as this is gonna be gay as fuck. As soon as Ron Perlman's voice comes on there, it feels like a lightning bolt just hit the tip of my dick, and I get a little nostalgia in
Because
there.
it hurts so
And
much.
it's just like,
Dude, Treasure
in the
Planet.
earth,
It starts off hard.
The human race is, yeah.
Treasure Planet starts off so freaking hard, and then it finishes so strong. And in the middle of it, you have one of the best like bonding moments. It's so well. It's so.
Fuck bonding and your sentimentality.
Fuck your sentimentality, you son.
Mine
of a bitch.
ends with us being on what, New Earth?
Yeah, Earth 2.
We create
No, it's Bob.
another.
It's
oh,
Bob.
it is Bob.
It's Bob.
It's Bob.
Planet Earth 2 is called Bob in the movie. That's
So I automatically win, right?
Tide reference.
That's an automatic win.
It's a planet. It's a planet literally attributed to Bob, the blood god from the Bannerlord series. It's canonical to our.
So there.
It ties into our channel lore.
Yeah,
It
about the
ties
roundabouts. It turns out I just win automatically based on that.
Damn it.
I create a world for Bob.
I disagree. It happens, but I don't think it.
How was your movie end again?
My movie ends with a young man realizing that he has a future. Think about it.
So he peaked in his 17s.
No, he has a future, which means there's more coming, which means.
I didn't see a sequel.
Well, that's not what that means, but okay.
Mine ends.
With a sequel?
No.
Shut up
With
about
them-
sequels.
with
What's
him
your point
and
about the
his
sequel
love
thing?
interest repopulating a new planet called Bob. Giggity. Let's get it on.
Well, I mean, and come on, let's not pretend like the average woman who came off of Earth and survived was good looking either. It's like it was kind of like very
That's
average.
1,000 years into the future, so.
Yeah, very ugly.
Yeah. What?
Dude, have you seen our current generation of women? They're nothing to be super hyped about. Lizzo.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Planet Lizzo.
Oh, God.
Gross. Yo.
Yo.
But okay, live action. So,
my night. Oh, yeah, we're going back to that.
well, I don't think we finished it.
We didn't really talk about it.
So Titan A.E., you think Titan A.E. would be easier to pull off than Treasure Planet? And I
Yeah.
don't disagree. Treasure Planet has Titan A.E. has some advantages that Treasure Planet doesn't have.
Because actually I have, like, practical, just, like, scientific shit going on to where you're just a colonial ship in space.
And most of your
Which is cool as fuck, by the way. I
guess
like that.
my show does have the advantage of having like basically one set. Like 2 sets, maybe.
Yeah, like 4 in total.
Yeah.
At the diner,
The diner, the spaceport.
the spaceport,
which
the
most
ship.
of most of what happens in the spaceport is on the ship.
Dude, if I saw the spaceport live action,
How cool would that be,
that'd be
dude?
cool.
Dude, that'd be so cool. And
You got the
everyone
ship-
on the spaceport can only communicate in song.
I will fucking stab you. You had to bring up the Marvels.
I didn't have to. I chose to. Okay, but yeah, the
I don't want to
spaceport
talk about it anymore. I don't wanna
spaceport-
talk about it.
shows up, and in live action, beautiful moment. You have the supernova and the black hole. I think could be really good with good CGI and special effects. I think.
Oh yeah, especially because since then we've had Interstellar, and that is the most realistic depiction that we have of a black hole. You put that shit on there, with the weird ass set of like a colonial ship going through or whatever.
Yep.
That'd be cool shit.
And if they do Treasure Planet, like the setting of Treasure Planet correctly, that could be really amazing too.
Where it's basically one big gold block, but then it's overcome with vegetation or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was also cool.
That was so cool. Then you
got the like the nebulas in mine and the like the ice crystal where they're looking for the Titan.
Yep.
And then Titan itself almost being like the size of a moon.
I'm really feeling like Attack of the Clones-esque moments from that scene if you pulled it into live actions, like when they're in the rocks, like in the asteroids and stuff, and Bubba and Jango Fett blows up.
Asteroid field?
Well, Jango Fett's trying to lose.
Yeah, when they're chasing each other around the ice crystal place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like those scenes would translate really well, like when comparing Titan A.E. to live action.
I got space whales in mind, don't I? Everyone loves space whales.
You have space angels.
Yeah, that's right. They're like,
which were their own kind of
more akin to jellyfish.
Your space angels were cooler than my space whales. That's true.
Because you got actual whale.
Yeah.
It's just like a whale in space.
But that was
they didn't try anything.
But that was what they were trying to do with the CGI. That was actually one of the cool things they were trying to pull off with the different types of animation that they were doing. The whales were their best way of showing it off.
Mine was 3 years before yours, and that's an eternity when it comes to animation in the early 2000s.
Yeah, yours was almost...
So I did it better.
Yeah, yours was entirely computer-generated, whereas mine was a hybrid of computer-generated and traditional animated artwork.
Mine was both.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mine...
All CGI. All CGI.
No.
Titan A.E., all CGI.
No, it was mostly hand-drawn. Do I have to show you the entire behind the scenes?
Whatever. No. No.
Let's see. I don't even think I can... I think the dredge might have been 3 CGI, but everything else was hand-drawn.
There was the entire planet with the gas balloons.
Hand-drawn.
No, that actually was not. I know that that's CGI. The gas balloon planet, where they're on, like, there's the billion birds.
I know.
They drew the birds. They drew the birds, but every other scene in that arc was CGI.
I will concede you might be right on that.
I know. That
I'll concede you might be right.
That planet, I'm 100% right.
But are you?
Yes.
Do you want to Google that shit?
Sure.
Yeah. Google it.
No.
All right.
We got to...
We'll agree to disagree.
We'll let the audience decide. Smash the like button.
I wonder how much of an artist has actually seen these movies, to be honest.
Oh, man.
Because we're talking movies that are 20, 23 years old.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I mean, the majority of our audience, I've looked at the statistics, are 24 to 30. So, I mean...
Nice. Good demographic.
It is a good demographic.
Proud of you guys.
They have money.
They have money. Stable homes. Mostly white. I mean, what?
No, are you saying you have a preference? No, we're not.
Who?
We're not saying that. Smash the like button if you believe we have a preference. Smash the like button if you think we don't have a preference.
The fuck are you doing?
Getting likes on the channel.
Well, you have another point to make?
In this debate, I think that there's no winning or losing here. We both love both of these films.
Yeah.
I would like to... So, I mean, in the live action of Treasure Planet, I guess I didn't talk about mine. Live action of Titan A.E., I think you have an advantage because a lot of your scenes could actually be done really well with modern sci-fi.
They translate well.
Yeah, modern sci-fi carries Titan A.E. into the future in a way that Treasure Planet just simply can't be.
Although I still want to like to see other because they're not going to have the nuances and quirkiness that each movie had.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot... Like, all right, seeing, like, live-action shit of the stuff you like being done good is cool to see and whatnot, but it's also, like, it's missing, like, the quirkiness that live-action cannot pull off.
I think the one advantage that...
It's like Kree,
yeah,
played by Nathan, what's-his-face or whatever, that gay dude.
I'm listening, yep.
Trying to, like, CGI that character in and have him, like... Yeah, the aliens would just be, like, weird, I guess. They wouldn't have... Because you'd be trying to make them look almost realistic, and it's just not going to work out.
You could try... So, Treasure Planet, I think, would have the exact same issue, but it's worse. Because you're stuck with the same 10 aliens. And you'd have to look at them over and over again.
What?
I think the only thing you could do if you wanted to do Treasure Planet live action with in regards to like the aliens.
Well, your rock guy has already showed up in multiple movies, so.
Yeah. Like The Thing and
No,
he was
Thor
the Thing.
Thor Ragnarok and
Yeah.
the other Thor.
One scene that I think would be
Dude, that
amazing.
opening scene with the surfing would be sweet.
Yeah. So in the opening scene of Treasure Planet, and honestly, it's a recurring thing throughout the movie. Jim is riding a space glider, kind of like space surfing through like this industrial park area, and it's epic as hell. It's got amazing music starting off into the show, and in the final arc of the story, you have him doing the same thing in order to try to like race to the objective and save the day. That would be amazing in live action. It'd be so good.
Who would you pick to play Jim?
I'm trying.
Tom Holland.
I actually just looked this up. It was let me see if I can pull it up in real time.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt played him.
Yeah, he couldn't do that today.
Nah, he's a little old now.
But
it's only been 20 years.
yeah, but okay, hold on. I actually found someone actually did this did a breakdown of this, and I agreed with his choices 100%. So let me see if I can find a good choice for this.
What, you're using someone else's suggestion?
Yeah.
Oh. I have to pull one out?
Yep.
I don't even know.
Okay.
Matt Damon de-aged. Madam Web. When the fuck does that come out? Oh, you're going with an unknown.
This guy. Tanner Bakanen. I think could be really good at playing Jim. And there was a really good argument for that. He's Robbie from the Cobra Kai series.
Have you watched that?
What's that?
Have you watched Cobra Kai?
Yeah. I didn't finish the final season, but I've watched up to it. And I did really enjoy it. I thought it was kind of carrying on. It was kind of overstaying its welcome a little bit and getting a little bit weird and crazy. Oh, but actually, did you catch that? Hold on. Let me see if
This is like a weird ass time loop of. Go on.
Well, like there was I don't know if you saw it, and I'm not trying to
I didn't. We're reacting to absolutely nothing right now.
Well, this is what I'm trying to show you that he looks like Jim. He can look like Jim.
What, getting arrested?
Yeah, literally that happens in Treasure Planet.
Like Jim then.
Yeah, everyone could. Just depends on if you get arrested or not. But I do think Treasure Planet could be a good live action. I think the aliens would be its biggest obstacle.
I kind of hate that I brought this up because I can't really think of anyone for to play Kale.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Timothy Chalamet.
No.
Ooh.
That'd almost be a good pick for you, to be honest.
Actually, Tom Holland could play almost either.
Nah. No, because Kale's more like masculine, I would say, than Jim. I wouldn't say masculine, but like older.
Sure.
Because like Jim's like what, 15 or whatever, and I picture Kale more like 20.
Yeah, he could. So he could play Kale pretty well. I think he could play Kale.
Mean,
and we bring in Zendaya.
Those T words.
We bring in Zendaya to play.
Those twinks. They're going to be like 17
Akira?
forever.
Yep, exactly.
Nah.
All right.
Who would we pick for Corso?
Corso.
Charming antagonist.
Interesting. Ooh.
That actually might be
Chris Evans.
What? No. Maybe.
I think Chris Evans could pull off that villain look.
That'd almost be a Tom Hardy.
No, I don't think Tom Hardy could pull it off. It's like the one thing I don't think he could do.
Really?
Because I love Tom Hardy, but I don't think that's a good role for
As
him.
a Corso?
I don't think it's a good role for him. I really don't.
A lovable space pirate?
Yeah, I got nothing. But all right. I mean, is there anything else you wanted to go over on this? I feel like we kind of hit all the notes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What? Where do you rate Treasure Planet? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you put it?
A scale of 1 to 10. So you got to put it in a category with, because I split my own as like live action and animated movies. So like animated movies, I would put Treasure Planet, especially if you're considering like if it's in the Disney movie genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
me. It's gonna be me.
Shit, now I have boy band music stuck in my head. Well, let's see. It's like, what would I consider a 10 would be my ultimate favorite? So, I'll have to put in debating between an 8.5 and a 9.
Okay. I'm
Because because you gotta like wager in like perfection. Does any movie that you like love that much equal a 10 out of 10, which would be the perfect movie? Like, I don't think
Knight's
so.
Tale. Knight's Tale is a perfect movie.
Well, yeah.
But that's it. That's
But
like
I'm saying
the
like
one.
animated. The one
It's like
stuff.
infinite. It's got infinite rewatch value. It's funny every time you watch it. It's got a great love story, great suspense in it, a phenomenal villain, phenomenal acting. A Knight's Tale's perfect movie. But
yeah.
But I mean, okay.
You
So-
brought that out of your ass. and now
Okay,
I have
so-
to watch it tonight.
So you rated Treasure Planet 8.59.
Let's go meet the middle ground. 8.75.
Okay. For Titan A.E., I'm probably going to put Titan A.E. at about an 8. And that's simply because for me it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value. Like
You shitting me?
that's what I'm saying. Now hold on. I'm going to have
It's that movie and A Knight's Tale that I've watched the most in my entire life. Third being Fight Club.
I love Fight Club. But yeah, so I'm just saying Titan A.E.
I
is
love Fight Club.
I'm just saying Titan A.E. is probably an 8. I just think it's amazing.
So it would be better than it. What do you have as 8.5s, 9/10s that are better than it?
well,
Do you have a lot better than that or none better than it?
I don't have.
But-
I mean, first off, it's a different animation style than almost anything out there.
So if you're saying there's only one better than it, would you count Treasure Planet being your 10 out of 10?
I put Treasure Planet as probably a 9.5.
Is there a 10 out of 10? Oh, I guess, yeah. Is there a 10 out of 10 animated movie that you don't have any problems with? Now that I think about it, I think I got one.
I'm curious to hear yours because I am struggling.
Because I have like a great movie, and then I have like my favorite movies.
Because
it's like
is
where
it necessary
Revenge
to-
of the Sith is like my favorite Star Wars
Sure,
movie, but
yep.
I can recognize Empire Strikes Back is the better movie.
Sure. Yep, I get that. But I mean, like, do I have to know my 10 of 10 and my 1 of 10 in order to put a scale or in order to rate something? Is that the only way?
Yeah, because if you're arguing this is your favorite animated movie of all time, then it should be a 10.
What's your 10 of 10? First off, what's Titan A.E.? Because you haven't rated Titan A.E. for yourself yet, and I was gonna rate Treasure Planet for myself. So I rated Treasure Planet for myself. I thought 9.5.
9.5. I'd say Titan A.
No, yeah, Titan A.E.
Titan A.E. for me, personally, me with this opinion, not stalling for time.
Oh my
whatsoever.
God, you're totally stalling for time. Just throw out the fucking number.
Alright, it's a 9.
It's a hard 9.
It's a 9 because
Okay.
I feel like there is a lot of stuff that they could have added to it. Instead
Okay.
of just hitting that hour and a half runtime, could have added an extra
Okay.
half hour.
So I don't think I need you to say what your 10 is, but since you're pushing the issue, what is your 10?
10 when it comes to animated movie?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of them. It's a Disney movie, but I'm gonna have to go with, and this also is one fight that we'll do in the future when it comes to soundtracks. I think one of the perfect movies that have come out animated wise. I'm not even thinking about new stuff. I'm gonna have to go with The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Damn. I mean, that's a good one, but I mean, do you rewatch it?
The singing songs and whatnot.
See, for me, like, the reason Treasure Planet's not a 10 for me, because I think story-wise it hits it. I think characters it hits it. I think plot it hits it. I think it's got a good action. It's got amazing sound. It's a phenomenal classic story and a cool new retelling, and I freaking love it. The only reason it's not a 10 for me is because of rewatch value. I'd be lying if I said this was a movie I watched every year or every 2 years or every 5 years.
I don't think rewatch value equates to, because like some of our favorite movies, we agree on a lot of stuff. Like Kingdom of Heaven, I'm not rewatching that thing all the time.
Right. But it's one of the best movies.
But it's one of the best movies. It's just like a 3-hour movie to where it's like you.
But this is why I say.
The beats and whatnot. It's just
but
like,
this is why I say.
I think review value is more akin to like it's an easy to digest film and it just kind of goes with the flow kind of thing. It's like you're not rewatching. Like what's the most complicated movie that you really enjoy? It's like something that's like fucking out there.
Treasure Planet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know what you mean. But I do think it's a box.
It's like my favorite movie is Godfather Part 2. It's like you're not watching that and falling asleep to it every other night or something.
No. And I don't think but I don't think that I do think that it matters. I think rewatch value
Rewatch value could be construed as to how much you enjoy said movie or how much you get out of rewatching the movie over and over again. It's
here's what I'm saying.
You're like finding new stuff in the movie.
There are movies that I loved that I thought were amazing, like classics. I think they'll be perfect till the end of time, that I will likely never sit down and watch a full showing of again. Like, for example, The Dark Knight is a movie I will probably never watch to its completion again because
The Batman's better.
It's not, but okay.
Oh, is that going to be another fight we have to have?
It can be if we have to pick best Batman.
This has been a poll going on YouTube. I just randomly scroll by. It's like, what's the best Batman movie or whatever? And it's I'm always clicking the same one.
I don't think a great movie is one you roll past and think, oh, that's so good, but I'm probably not going to watch it again.
No, you roll past it and you're just like, oh, that was a great movie, and then you keep on going on.
Yeah, but I do think there's some value in being able to watch it again, like re-experiencing something.
What do you think is the best? Because I said what I think is the perfect animated movie.
I was trying to scapegoat out of the answer because I don't believe that there's a single animated movie.
Pick one.
Oh my god!
This ain't a life and death situation. This isn't. Would you rather have like a micro penis or one leg, and that becomes true, whichever one you pick?
Definitely one leg.
Why not go for the micro penis? You don't use it anyway.
You don't know that.
Bird!
Use it all the time.
Next. I use it all the time.
And I'm all alone.
I become very ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. Okay, animated film that is the best animated film.
Like, what do you think is the perfect animated film?
Lion King.
Can I kind of like get another one?
No, you don't get another one. You already gave your 10 of 10. You already gave your 10 of 10. You already gave your 10 of 10. You forced me to answer. You had your answer.
I wasn't gonna go.
I had mine.
I was gonna Lion King or whatever. It was like another 20th Century Fox one. It was Anastasia. I forgot about that.
You literally talked about that before we started recording.
Yeah, and I forgot about it. Hunchback, Anastasia.
Lion King is the perfect animated film.
Well, it's just a retelling of what's his face from Shakespeare?
Hamlet. Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun.
So is
there's nothing new under the sun.
The Northman. You ever watch that movie, Northman?
I bought it. I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, it's a good movie.
But yeah, what's the worst animated film that you've seen? Obviously,
the worst animated film.
Shit, now that I'm thinking about it, How to Train Your Dragon 2 might be.
Everyone loves How to Train Your Dragon. I never got into it. I think I saw the first one. Maybe.
The sequel is the reason I love the sequel so much is because it's a really good moment when it's really.
The worst one would be like Pocahontas 2 or like all the Tarzan 2, all the sequels they tried to do after like the original great ones.
Yep,
it'd be all that shit. Mermaid 2. I think this is a Mermaid 2.
Yep. Lion King 2.
Lion King 2 is actually good.
It's actually good. Simba's Pride. It's actually good.
It had some bangers in it too.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember any of them, but I remember. I remember it being dark as fuck.
It was
Mainly because
His
the main
brother
character had a
died.
black man.
Yeah, his brother died, and it was his fault. And then it was his adopted mom or whatever fell off a cliff, just like Scar. And then you had Rafik.
Cigar?
Scar.
Oh, I thought you said cigar.
I didn't.
Oh.
Dumbass. Why don't you
Cuban?
listen? They could be Cuban. I don't know. Are there lions in Cuba?
I don't know.
Is there any reason there couldn't be lions in Cuba? Would they survive in Cuba?
Multiple reasons, but yeah.
If we just let lions exist in the South Americans, would they thrive?
Cuba's not considered South Americans.
Are you
Cuba's 60 miles away from the tip of Florida.
It's just off the tip,
Just off the tip.
almost touching the tip,
Yeah, Cuba mostly gets Florida's tip. Yeah.
nearly touching the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like soaking.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. You can talk to the Mormons about that one.
All right. I think we've exhausted this conversation. I think I'm ready to wrap it up. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the video around. Let people know where we are and what we're talking about. And we're going to be posting a poll here to see which of these two options you like the most. I'll put in the links in the description of where you can find Treasure Planet and Titan A.E. so that if you have not seen them before, you'll get your chance to watch them and check them out. Really strong recommends for both films. We came into this knowing that we were not going to be able to walk out of here hating either choice. But
I'm so right.
tell yourself that.
I
But
will.
we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for being here again. Really appreciate you. We'll leave it there. Love you all. Peace.